Hey guys, I feel like lately on my blog I've been focusing a lot on not doing things and I feel like people get the impression that I actually don't do anything throughout my day, but what I actually mean is that I let myself not do things instead of force myself to do everything like I used to do. So I thought maybe I could do a day in the life, you know, as a PhD candidate and a writer, if you can say that. Am I still a writer? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm in a good mood today. It's a Monday and I'll be working from home. Usually on Mondays I go to uni, but today I decided to stay here. And when I work from home, I usually choose to wear comfy clothes because I want to be comfortable inside my home. So I've gotten up. I have washed my face, my teeth, you know, all of that morning routine stuff. I don't have a skincare routine. I don't really do that. My skin is like terrible because of that. I made the bed, I let some light in, so now it's time for breakfast. But I really don't want to go to the kitchen because yesterday was meal prepping day and the kitchen is in a terrible state. So what I'll do today is actually I'll be working on my thesis, on my PhD, and taking short breaks to clean the kitchen. That's awesome. So I'll be having some overnight oats, vegan yogurt, I'm saving this for cappuccino. I'll also be adding a splash of honey because I like it a little bit sweeter today. We have a friend who makes his own honey and we only buy our honey from this person. We never get store-bought honey. It's the reason why I don't call myself a vegan, because I eat honey. But it's the only animal product I use. And it's because I know this person and I know his ethics and I trust him. So, here's my breakfast. Got some here too. Hey you. Are they still sleeping? I don't know. They're probably still sleeping. Also, Cappuccino found his food and just went into the bag. Yeah. Gotcha. This pretty huge bowl of oatmeal and I can almost never eat it in one sitting. So what I do is I fuel up before I get to start working. You know, I would sit down, eat some bites, spoonful, mouthful. I'll eat part of this before I get to work, and then I will have it on my desk and like eat the rest of it as a snack, because like, look at all this fruit. I can't eat this in one sitting. It's pretty delicious and gives me a huge boost to start my day. This is the monthly tracker by Scholar Culture for finishing a writing project. I'm doing this fall. It's October, November, December. I'm currently in the second month. As you see, I've worked perfectly the first 4 days of the month, and then this weekend I didn't actually write anything because I was busy doing other things. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to spread the writing sessions I missed in the weekend throughout the week. So my writing session is about 3 hours. So instead of doing 3 hours today, I'm going to do 4. So I made this plan yesterday. I'm aiming to work 4 hours on my thesis, just writing, and then usually in the evening I study. I wrote here study distributions, but I'm actually short on some papers about the methodology chapter that I'm currently writing. So maybe I thought that instead of studying distributions, maybe I could find those papers and study them instead. But this is just a thought that came to me right now, so I don't know if it will work out. So I'll see how that works out throughout the day. I'll decide later. So, film day in the life. I'm currently doing that right now. Research city history, this is actually what's missing, like a brief history of how we analyze city data. So maybe I'm going to just keep my deep work here, my first writing session. I'm going to focus on the results that I've gained, and then here, instead of studying distributions, I'm going to do some research. And then I also have to sweep and mop the house. I also have to clean the kitchen from the meal prep yesterday, but I didn't write that because I always clean the kitchen in my breaks during my deep work session. Generally in the breaks, I always, go around the house and see what I can tidy. This one here, blog post, I've written here a blog post. It's not in my top priorities, but if I find the time, I'd like to write my next blog post. Yeah. I know it seems like I'll only be working 7 hours a day, but in between, this is just my deep work session. I do nothing else during this time. I don't look at emails, so my emails checking will be somewhere here in between. Maybe I'll decide to go for a walk or whatever. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't like to be very strict with my days as of lately. I just let myself explore how I'm feeling and work based on that. And today I'm feeling good, so I'm going to mark this here, this little face. I'm feeling this part here, so yeah, there we go. So at the end of the day, we will see which of this I'll have completed, how many Pomodoro units I will have done, how much water the water intake, my meal tracker here. I usually don't use this section because I track my meals mostly based on Dr. Gregor's Daily Dozen for plant-based diets. So just writing here like overnight oats or tortilla, veggie wrap, whatever, doesn't do me service, because it actually doesn't show me if I've had enough carbohydrates or protein or, you know, healthy fats or whatever. So I like to shut the doors when I'm working. It feels like I'm in a like small comfy study. I don't know. It just helps. As I was working on my thesis, I encountered some problems, some things that are missing that I can't continue writing, but are probably in my laptop at uni. So I can't work on that part, so I'm going to write it down in my logbook to keep track of what I'm doing every day, what I'm not doing. So when I go to uni tomorrow, I know what to search for in my other computer. It is 2 p.m. and I have already completed 8 Pomodoro sessions. This was supposed to be my writing session, like 4 hours of just writing, but I kind of cheated. I worked on the results, the graphs, but then I decided to use the 2 last remaining Pomodoro sessions to actually study some distributions. You know, I didn't do much. Did a little shallow dive into the central limit theorem, and I know that's cheating because I actually didn't like spend the entire 4 hours writing. But I thought that instead of starting, you know, the next paragraph or the next chapter and like leaving it incomplete for tomorrow, I thought maybe it was better to just stop what I was doing by the end of the session and move on to a little bit of studying. And that leaves me with a ton of space to actually use my study session over here to study some the history of C2D exploration and research, and you know, whatever I find, I don't know. So yeah, my internet connection today is a disgrace, so I'm going to check my emails on my phone, and if this doesn't get fixed within the next few hours, I won't be able to write my blog post because I won't be able to access my website. So instead of this part blog post here, I'm just going to add here, I don't know, like an outline, like create an outline. Maybe some bullet points, you know, what I want to write about. Oh great, I forgot that my Trello needs access to the internet too, so I can't even access my Trello. So yeah, maybe I'll just delete this, or maybe I'll just leave it for tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see how that goes. For now, I won't bother with it. So let's check our emails. Let's start with the university email. It isn't empty. Apparently I have 10 emails. One is a newsletter. The others are giving me an anxiety attack. Why do I have 10 emails? Okay. Let's just take them one at a time. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'll move on to my writer's email, whatever. I only have one email, thankfully, so this will be quick. And finally, I'll take a look at my personal email, because why not? Okay, so that was my daily check for my emails. I usually don't check my emails twice unless it's absolutely necessary. And since I have no relevant information, like for my supervisor, or I don't have a conference coming up or a paper submitted or whatever, that means I don't have to check my emails twice. Nobody's gonna die if I check my emails tomorrow again. The thing that bothers me though is that I don't have Skype on my phone, and tomorrow I have some teaching assistance to do. And we have a group chat on Skype about that, so if anything comes up, I won't be able to see it until my internet connection is fixed. Well, that's too bad, but I suppose like if it's something really important, somebody's gonna call me on my phone. We have the appropriate technology, so I won't bother much about that either. Toodaloo. So I feel like lately in my blog post I keep writing about not doing anything, as I mentioned earlier this morning, but as you see, it's not actually about not doing anything. It's about doing everything I have to do without the pressure. I used to be very, very, very strict about my schedule. Like if anything like just popped up, I would get so frustrated. But I decided like this year, since I have my scholarship and I have, you know, very little things to do outside of my PhD, like teaching assistance is still a thing this year, I decided to go easy on me and just let things happen. I'm not going to force myself to write a blog post now that I don't have access to the internet, and I won't force, you know, and I won't freak out because I can always do it tomorrow. And another thing I want to say is that not every day looks the same. No 2 days look the same because of that thing exactly. I let myself do things in my own pace and in my own time. So for instance, today I'm working from home and I can manage my time. Like if I want to, I can just take a break right now and I don't know, watch a series or something, which I will probably do. Tomorrow I have to go to uni because I have teaching assistance to do. I don't really know how to say that better. I'm not teaching, I'm assisting. so yeah. And then on Wednesday I have grading to do, and on Thursday I have a meeting with my supervisor. And today, for instance, I won't go to the gym, but I will go maybe on Wednesday and on Friday. I'll also go swimming one of the days after. I don't know, it's you know, I just do things when I feel like it, and I try not to put so much pressure on myself because I've had enough. That's actually what I'm aiming to do right now. So as you can see, today is not really a typical day. It's just a Monday, and it's different than yesterday, and it will be different from tomorrow, and it's also different from last Monday, and I suppose it will be different from next Monday. It's just I try not to follow this very strict schedule. I just have things that I have to do, and then I work, you know, around those things. The only thing that I try to do every single day is my writing session for my PhD thesis. I actually do 3 hours of writing session every single day, and when I can't, for instance, I usually do that in the morning. Like, I sit down at around 9 or 10 o'clock just to write. I prepare everything I need beforehand. Within those 3 hours, I do not answer the phone, I do not check emails, I don't do anything else. I'm just like focused on writing. In case I can't do that, for instance, tomorrow classes start at 9 and until 1 p.m. I have to be in class to assist. So I won't be able to do my writing session at that time. So I will be transferring it in the afternoon or maybe in the evening, depending on whatever I feel like doing. So it's basically just that. Like, my goal is to finish my PhD next summer. My defense will be in July according to my current Gantt chart. So in order to do that, I want to have finished my first draft by the end of 2022, so I can then do the revisions and the rewriting and whatever I have to do, so I can also, you know, work on my final paper. And I also have a conference in 2023 to attend. So I have all these things that I have to do in order to defend my thesis in July. And in order to finish and in order to defend my thesis, I have to do these very little tasks every day in order to get there. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. This is unscripted. I'm just like talking to my camera. I know that taking tiny steps every single day will lead to a complete thesis. I cannot just sit down and write my entire thesis in a month. That would be very unsustainable. I'll probably burn out. I'll also be unmotivated, I suppose. Like, anyway, yeah, my goal is to do like small things every single day, which will lead to a bigger thing. I'm going to use this homemade hummus, which is not really hummus because I didn't have chickpeas, so I actually used some black-eyed peas. Black-eyed peas is the ingredient of the week, so everything is black-eyed peas this week. This hummus is also orange because I roasted some bell peppers, and I also used some garlic, some roasted garlic instead of fresh garlic. Yeah, so That's with the color. Everything's roasted in this hummus, and it makes this so delish, and also very, 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 very rich. So for my greens, I'm going to use some arugula. Going to just spread this around. I love my greens. Then I made this tortilla filling, like a taco filling, made with, of course, black-eyed peas and some mushrooms, some portobello mushrooms. So I'm gonna need half a cup of this. I won't be able to, like, this is the worst like cooking video ever, but I don't really care. Yep. So many black-eyed peas today. The entire week, actually. Don't mind the noise from the dishwasher. I'm going to put this aside. Going to add some roasted cabbage. I already have a cruciferous with the arugula, but I, you know, like 2 cruciferous never did anyone wrong. So then I am going to add some carrot strips, just some carrots, and also maybe a few like raw onion, a little bit, not too much. I don't think this will fit anything else, so I'm just going to like try to wrap it all up, which I'm probably gonna fail because like I'm terrible at wrapping my tortillas. Okay, so like I'm even scared to try. How am I going to do this? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to wrap it like this and just have it like a souvlaki. Oh my god, this is horrible. This is the worst. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, better. Okay. Some mushrooms slipping out the bottom. Going to wrap it here, and then I'll wrap it here, and then I'll just do this. Like, oh my god, this is like black-eyed peas spilling everywhere. This is terrible. And serve it with some cherry tomatoes. Doesn't look very appetizing, but I'm sure it's going to be very tasty and also very nourishing. The only reason I put the cherry tomato on the side is because I didn't think they were going to fit in here. But now that I'm looking at it, I mean, they could fit. I just need to up my tortilla wrapping skills, whatever. But it's really very, 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 very tasty. So good. People don't really know this about me, but I really love food. It's just that when you go out to eat in Greece, you don't really have many choices, you know, of plant-based menus. So people just assume that because I don't eat a lot when we go out, they assume that I don't really like food or that I don't eat much generally. But when I'm at home, when I cook my own meals, I really, really love eating. And I also love eating in vegan restaurants. When I'm with friends, we don't usually go to vegan restaurants because sometimes they're just far, or sometimes they're just expensive. Okay, so my parents-in-law went to Volos this weekend and they brought us all these fruits from from Volos, and I really wanted, let me show you. I really wanted to make an apple pie, but the only ingredient I was missing was apples, and now I have these tiny apples from Wallace, which I have never actually tasted, so I think I'm just gonna let this one ripen. I don't know what the verb is, and see if I can make an apple pie with this. We also have some pomegranate. How do you say this? This is rove in Greek. Let's just call it rove. Some more fruits that I don't know the name of. This one is kidoni in Greek, and it's pretty weird, I'd say. Some mistletoe, I think. Is this mistletoe? Some traditional Greek sweets called, gliko koutalio. It says it right there. And another one here. And of course some chestnuts, like plenty of chestnuts. And yeah, that's it. I love chestnuts. I'll just probably put this where they should be. In the kitchen, for instance. And then I'll just come back here, watch an episode of House MD, because that's what I'm watching right now. And I'll have some tea and fold some clothes that were washed in the weekend, like this clothes over here. And this should go to the trash. Okay, so I took some time to sweep and mop the floors, and then I went on to watch the rest of the episode, and now I'm gonna go for a walk, and when I come back I'll do my study session. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. I'm back and it's time to study. So I'm creating ambience. I usually use some dark academia ambience or maybe Hogwarts, but since my internet is dead, I can't do that. So I won't be creating ambience. I'm just going to use my little scented candle here, right here. I'm going to faint. This is so strong. Low lighting, it's also dark because it's like 5:30. So I'm going to feed Cappuccino some fresh dill that he loves. and then I will sit down for 3 hours straight and just read papers. Nothing else, just that. Also, I'm gonna make some tea. Here's the fresh deal. So much for mopping the floors. Snow, sunshine, and like you told me, go forward slowly. It's not a race to the end. Well, you look like yourself, but you're somebody else. Only it ain't on the surface. Well, you talk like yourself. No, I hear someone else. So now you're making me nervous. Yours better part with every bit of hidden heart that I had. Whatever I had, finally sat alone, pitch black, flesh and bone. Pitch black, flesh and bone. Couldn't believe that you were gone. So, I'm gonna read today. I'm going to read this because this is an important paper. Okay, so this was the last study session, which means that I'm done with this and this. So overall, today, the only thing I didn't manage to do was work on my blog post, but since I don't have internet, still no connection here, that's okay, everything's fine. As I said earlier today, I don't really like to write in this section here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and list here something that I'm grateful for and what I want to do tomorrow. Today I am grateful for just simple walking under the sun, and for tomorrow I want to enjoy class. So now I'm going to show you Dr. Gregor's daily dozen. I'm going to track what I ate today. Just as a general sense. I don't do this every day, but today I'm in a good mood and I'd like to spend a couple of minutes to do that. So beans, generally legumes. I had hummus and I had beans in my wrap, and I also threw some beans in my soup for dinner. Berries, here Dr. Gregor actually picks any type of tiny fruit, and today I had grape, so we're good with that. I also had bananas with my breakfast, 1.5 bananas. Cruciferous, I had both arugula and cabbage, but I'm gonna count arugula as greens and cabbage as cruciferous. And I also had, or will have maybe in my dinner, other greens like celery and dill. I had plenty of veggies too in my vegetable wrap and in my vegetable soup, like beetroots and carrots and, you know, all those other nice things. I also had those cherry tomatoes, so I think I'm good with this. I had ground flaxseed in my breakfast, in my oatmeal, and plenty of nuts too. I use herbs and spices all the time, and even though I didn't put herbs into my tortilla wrap, my soup is full of it. Whole grains, so let me just think. I had oats and I had tortilla, and I'm also going to serve my beetroot soup with this crunchy whole wheat bread things. How do you call them in English? It's oxymave in Greek. Let's do the exercise first and then I'll go back to the beverages. By exercise, Dr. Greger means 90 minutes of moderate intensity, like walking throughout the day, and or 40 minutes of high intensity workout. So today I actually walked, I didn't go to the gym, and since I walk approximately 3,000 steps per half an hour, I think I'm good with this one. Okay, so I had 2 teas that I remember. And I'm going to have one later tonight before I go to sleep. Now I am going to prepare for tomorrow. Oh, forgot to sign this. Forgot to color 7.
What if this is all the love you ever get? I'd say the words that were so hard to say, don't fall. Then it'll hurt like hell. This is all the love you.
So I've prepared this meal since Sunday. I'm just going to toss it in there. Just gonna toss the coat. Perfect. Voila. There we go. I have classes tomorrow. I won't be able to have my regular oatmeal, so I'm going to do a tortilla wrap for breakfast. I just haven't decided if I want a savory one or a sweet one. Savory always wins. I'm going to use this for now. Prevent terrible wrapping. I think we've established that. 1 tortilla wrap. And I'm keeping this light and small and tiny. Just gonna twist it like this, because I don't have time to eat something larger than this. No, this one's better. Okay, so let's make dinner. Well, you guessed it, dinner is already ready. Okay, so I'll be finishing the day with a book. I'll read a chapter or 2 of Stephen King's later. So good night for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. What's your day usually like? Let me know in the comments below. Bye bye.